on the topic of ratting, informing, and testifying, Reggie Wright, he was on bomb first.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And it was funny how I just happened to tap in with him because I follow all the, the local YouTubers. You know what I mean? All the black dudes is trying to, and others. You know what I mean? But all the gangsters and homies and stuff like that, they got a YouTube page. I'm gonna go in there and listen. You know what I mean? So I know Reggie Wright sometimes be having some interesting conversations. So I tapped in, for a second, and that 20 seconds that I tapped in, man, it was interesting.
That's crazy because right when you tapped in, I guess someone in the comments while Reggie Wright Jr. was doing a live on Bomb First asked a question regarding the FG and Mob James situation, right?
Right, no doubt. Asked him something to the fact that was Mob James a rat, or how did he feel about Mob James being a rat, or something like that. And he I could tell he was uncomfortable answering the question, but he went on and answered it.
Okay, let me see if we can play a clip from that because let's
now what you want me to ask? Y'all know my opinion on that. Who gives a fuck? I don't know. He never snitched nothing to me. But if that happened, that's him and FG beef. Let FG take it on. FG ain't never said nothing, did nothing to that man. So that's who sounds like the bitch to me. Whoa, go tell him that. Go tell FG that. No, FG a cool dude. So I don't mean to disrespect him like that. Because FG is solid. But that's their beef.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, so man, Reggie went in, but then he immediately backpedaled, didn't he?
No doubt, you know what I mean? But he said that shit, you know what I mean? And I was right there. I could have just easily typed some shit. Actually I was driving, you know what I mean? 9,000 gallons of gas, so it wouldn't have been, cool to just start typing in. But at the same time, man, I was kind of disappointed in Reggie. I was disappointed in Reggie for a couple things, you know what I mean? For one, well, first off, me and Reggie are not friends. We're not enemies, but we're not friends. We don't have no history together. We don't have no, shit like that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, homie, you know what I mean? Don't ever disrespect me out my name because your homeboy's a rat. And then like you sit there and say, Mob James ain't never snitched nothing to me. Nigga, you been knowing Mob James been a rat for years. Just like Reggie, a whole lot of niggas is a rats. You know what I mean? Come on, homie. Let's keep it 100. And the reason you do vouch for me and shit, because the rats told you I was solid. You know what I mean? You got dudes under your belt, homie, that let you get out there, call them out their name and they scared to say something because you got shit on them. You ain't got nothing on me, homie. You know what I mean? I've been 100. I've been authentic. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong, homie. I understand what you're saying about doing something to a person, but I don't get out here on these YouTube streets and even discuss that topic, because that's a delicate situation when you get to talking about doing shit to people. You know what I mean? But on the flip side, just say if something was to happen to this dude today, he got busted upside his head today. You know what I mean? Reggie, off some energy that Reggie said, it's that easy for shit to happen in the streets when you opening your mouth. You know what I mean? So I mean, I know Reggie, he do a lot of interviews. He say a lot of things. He got a lot of information and shit just comes out. But at the same time, homie, we still got to be mindful of the shit we say because shit still could be sparked up based on what the fuck you saying. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, at the end of the motherfucking day, homie, I've been solid. I've been 100. And you came back and said, what you said, FG solid, but at the same time, homie, already know, homie, ain't no bitches over here.
Yeah, I'm calling another man a bitch is, especially if you do it in their face, is a whole nother, that's a whole nother offense.
Well, no, let's be clear. You know what I mean? It ain't no doubt about it. You know what I mean? I know Reggie not in the best of health right now. You know what I mean? I know he trying to work his way back to full strength. You know what I mean? I know his situation, if it wasn't for that situation, you know what I mean? Because I've never been called that before. You know what I mean? Without running over. Oh, I ain't never been called it before. But that's definitely run a fade material. You know what I mean? But like I said, I know Reggie, the situation is in. He trying to get better. You know what I mean? I wish him the best on getting back his health because I don't want to see no man down and out. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if he was at full health and shit like that, I would be saying, hey, Reggie, pull up. You know what I mean? Let's get this out the way, homie. Out of respect, let's just run this and get this out the way. But at the same time, like I say, I'm gonna go and let it, but I'm acknowledge what you said, nigga. You know what I mean? But it's a whole lot of niggas can't say, you know, they solid like me over there on that east side. Reggie know who the rats is over there. He know I'm motherfucking well. I'm good, you know.
Now, I'm a little surprised that Reggie actually, you know, used that type of language with you when talking about you, saying, I don't. Did he say you was a bitch, or it was a bitch move?
The word bitch was used.
Yeah.
That was enough for me. You know what I mean?
Okay, and this comes from a guy that we had him on the Streets and Scholars, one of our early episodes, and we were talking about the 2000 Death Row album compilation. At the end of that interview, he was just like, "Hey, hold up, Alex. You've been going in on Mob James a little too hard. Can we agree to stop talking about it?" Actually, we actually had a private conversation where he said, "Hey, can we stop talking about it?" I was like, "Sure, you know, we can stop talking about it. I got no problem with that." So it's surprising that not only is he talking about it, but he's using that type of language. He knows what the truth is.
No doubt.
So
Ben
it's-
knew what the truth is.
So it's very misleading what Reggie is doing, this position that he's taking. First, you said you didn't want to talk about it anymore. You talking about it, Reggie Wright Jr., and then you calling my man FG a bitch? Oh man, that's just that you crossed the line, Reggie. You really did.
No motherfucking doubt. You know what I mean? And like I say, man, you know,
A man that had to walk off 120 months, you calling a bitch?
yeah, for your homeboy. You know what I mean? You know, for your partner, your friend. But at the same time, like I say, man, Reggie at times get to talking reckless. You know what I mean? And like I say, you know, I wish him all the best to get back healthy, man. You know what I mean? You know, and but Reggie know what it is. Reggie know what it is.
Hey, look, when we were doing the Gangster Chronicles, I would say somewhere around episode 11, 12, 13, Reggie decides to bring in some paperwork because he wants to expose some snitches. Mm-hmm. And he brings his paperwork on the episode, and he exposes Snoop Dogg and Daz Dillinger as being snitches, I guess, after a shooting happened at a studio, Can-Am Studios. Mm-hmm. And then they ran to the police, but they ended up getting arrested because they had like weed. They had ounces of weed on them. But his energy was like, Snoop and Daz are snitches, and here is the police report. He had it, 1997, LAPD, I believe it was LAPD, or it might have been Glendale, but it was a police report that said that Snoop and Daz ran to the police.
Well, you know, this is what I'm going to state. I'm going to state that I believe Reggie Wright Jr. has police reports and information on a whole lot of dudes, Alex. You know what I mean? That's how he get away with talking the shit he talk, you know, walking, you know, doing the shit he say. I believe, homie, he got a lot of inside information on a lot of dudes. You know what I mean? And he basically saying, if you shut the fuck up or I'm going to pull this paperwork out. And I think that's why a lot of dudes ain't saying shit to him. You know what I mean? Me, I'm not in that situation with him. He can go to every motherfucking police department in America and he ain't gonna find nothing on me. You know what I mean? But I think he's kind of punking these dudes out here because a lot of these dudes might be faulty. You know, but Reggie, if you gonna pull that paperwork out, homie, you show them pull the paperwork out on you on your partner Mob James. You show them pull the paperwork out on a few other dudes over there in your hood. You know what I mean? That you got paperwork on. Pull all that shit out then. You know what I mean? It ain't hard to find. You know what I mean? I know you know who good and who not. You know.
Well, he certainly had a different level of energy when he wanted to talk about Snoop Dogg and Daz being snitches, but I don't think he's ever going to have that type of energy when it comes to Mob James.
Man, he need to just come out and just say what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, the dude told straight up, that's my partner. You know what I mean? I respect that. That's my partner. He told, that's my partner. Just say what it is, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know what's even crazy? I went back and listened to some of the episodes of the Gangster Chronicles when it was myself, Reggie Wright Jr., and Mob James. We had like 2 or 3 episodes where we talked about Tekashi 6ix9ine being a snitch, and Mob James was weighing in on it. And see, at this time, of course, let me let the people know, I had no idea of the role that Mob James had played in the early 2000s as an FBI informant. So to go back and listen to these episodes, it's quite comical.
No, gotta be. I know you gotta sit back one day and like, damn, ain't this about something? You know what I mean? And I'm sure even on the inside, Reggie was laughing. You know, the Reggie was like, this rap motherfucker sitting up here, you know. But he was playing the song, doing the song and dance that Reggie wanted him to do. want him to bring the information to the because he did have these stories, he did have real life situations, but at the same time, your credibility is everything. And I don't know why these dudes keep thinking that they not gonna get exposed and shit. And I've been letting up off motherfuckers. I've been trying to go on about my little humble business and do my shit, but they gonna make me start pulling out motherfucking, going back and doing my homework and doing, and set motherfuckers out. You know what I mean? And that's how it is, because like I say, if since Reggie, feel like, his homeboy ain't did nothing and he didn't know. I mean, like I say, Mob James a little too old right now, but I definitely tell Reggie, go tell your homeboy to come run this fade for you, because like I said, I know you're trying to get better, but I was kind of heated that I was disrespected like that, homie, by Reggie Wright Jr. And he know I'm one of the few solid motherfuckers around. They never said shit about him personally, you know what I mean? Behind his back or in his face, you know what I mean? And, like I say, though, he did come back and say, I ain't gonna disrespect the dude like that, but you already disrespected me. You know what I mean? So come on, man.
So it was kind of like a quick apology after the disrespect, right?
Yeah, but the disrespect was said. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about it. And like I say, I believe he just realized what he said. Like, hold on, man, I ain't gotta go there with him. Maybe he was in his feelings because people keep getting on him about his friend. You know what I mean? If I had a rat friend that I was hanging out with, I would feel some kind of way too.
Thanks for checking out this short clip of the Streets and Scholars podcast with Alex, Alonso, and FG. If you want to check out the entire episode, visit your favorite podcast platform. We could be found on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, and iHeart. Just tap in on your cell phone, tablet, computer, or your favorite device, and guaranteed to get at least an hour of this fire content. And thanks for checking out another episode of Streets and Scholars.